Why is it that Mario sports games just kind of suck nowadays? Back in the day, learning up one of these games would give you this massive rush of adrenaline, but now that feeling has kind of faded away for a lot of reasons. And with the recent lineup on the Switch, the problems are more obvious than ever. I've noticed a pattern here, so let's get into it. Starting off with Mario Tennis Aces, this was the first Mario sports game on the Switch, and honestly, it was a hit. It got a 78% on Metacritic, which makes sense when you look at the deep mechanics, the huge roster, and those polished visuals. Now, I'm not saying it's perfect. It's got a short story mode, weird difficulty spikes, and not much to do once you finish it. You can have fun with it, sure, but it's not the kind of game you're going to pour thousands of hours into, right? But here's the real issue. I don't think it captures the vibe of the older games. I don't know if it's just me, but whenever I hop on, it feels a little soulless. It was fun the first time, but now I have to force myself to go back to it. We were off to a decent start with the Switch era, but it didn't last long, because everything I just said about tennis is nothing compared to whatever Nintendo was thinking when they made Mario Strikers Battle League. I'm sorry, but this is easily the worst entry in the series. It feels nothing like the old games at all. Bare bones content on launch, bland stadiums, and a single player mode that's just a repetitive tournament. Most of the actual content was added later on through free updates. Now I'm glad these updates were free, otherwise Nintendo would have never woken up the next day. My biggest issue though, they ditched the classic attitude. It doesn't look nearly as cool or edgy as it used to. It feels like Nintendo prioritized polish over personality. On paper, a game needs both, otherwise it just feels lackluster. Sorry to the 1% of you who actually like this game, but if you thought that was bad, well, wait until we talk about Mario Golf Super Rush. This thing was all over the place. First off, the mechanics felt totally off. There were so many times where you had to rely on pure luck, but the game would still punish you for it. Then you have the story mode, which is basically just a glorified tutorial, kind of like Mario Tennis Fever. On top of that, we only got 6 courses. Most of them are just generic and frankly boring to look at. So there you have it. That's the story of the downfall of Mario sports games on Nintendo Switch. If you haven't caught the pattern yet, it's this. Nintendo's prioritizing a clean, polished look over the actual feel of the game. That's not always a bad thing, but it shouldn't come at the cost of personality. These new games just don't have the heart that the older titles had. But what do you guys think? Am I being too harsh, or do you think the Switch era is missing that spark that the older games had? Let me know in the comments. Anyway, see ya.